Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you the best method for making a lot of loops really fast while being creative and staying consistent with it and not getting burned out as quick. Now the method is super simple. You're basically making one loop with a bunch of stems, with a few different sections, a lot of different layers. You can just do whatever you want, be creative, try out all the crazy shit you always want to try out, but that usually doesn't fit into the regular loop. And then you're gonna take out all the stems. They're all gonna be in the same key, same tempo, and you gotta put them into new projects and arrange them in new ways. Only use a few stems, and this way you're gonna get out like 4 to 6 melodies, depending on how big your stems is, out of one loop. And you're gonna have fun and you're gonna have a lot of output. So we're now in the project. This is what it looks like. It's crazy long. As you can see, the whole loop is almost 120, and then right here I got all the stems separately. And basically you're gonna start off with a starter, with an idea, whatever you have in mind. And for me it was this vocal loop from Somatics. I then added in this bass, super aggressive. Got a lot of this distortion on it to make it super aggressive. And basically this is our chord progression. So we're in A minor and we're moving down from A to E. So like 5 semitones down, the usual progression. Super simple, but we're gonna have to keep this for all of the melody in order to have it working out. Obviously we're also at 150 for the whole melody. I then also added in this arp. It's super simple, like the chords arpeggiated. And then I also got this bell sound. Play this in live, and then together it sounds like this. Initially I duplicated the vocals like this and started working the B section. I later on deleted them, so that's why they're not in here. But basically I did a second bass sound. Then I played in this nice chord progression, like this arpeggiated chord on the stage 73V from Arturia. Super simple. Added in this pedal phrase, as well as this key starter from my own stars. And together this section sounds like this. I'm not really sure what I added first, but we got a lot of elements in here. So first of all we got this cello line. And you're gonna see like this section takes it to a completely different level, completely different sound. I also have this. Just building up layers. So the way I came up with this percussion groove was basically I wanted to use the soft piano and laps, and I copied over the MIDI of this piano. By accident I actually selected the percussion instead of the piano, and when I played it back it sounded like this. I just found the sound to be really cool and stick with it. Also added some more foley, which is some rain sounds I recorded by myself, but it's just basic texture. So from there, so far the loops sound, or this section sounds like this. So it's already really vintage sounding, completely different vibe than like the first two sections. And what I thought would fit really well is a saxophone. And I tried to put in a sax with like an VST, but it didn't really sound nice. So I used this saxophone from Vintage Essentials from Kavi. Just put some reverb on it. And I would argue like you could use this loop on its own already. Like you could export this and make it a loop. But I decided to keep on going. I removed these elements because we already used them before. Instead duplicated the percussion, the piano, and the sax, got rid of the cello, and then added in this pad. Again, with the same chords, used this bass, which is like a contrabass, sub-bass, whatever you like, an orchestral bass. And it makes a really nice beat section for this loop. So this then sparked the idea to, reuse the pad. So I took this. I also reused the bass sound that we have before. Just, I cut off the bass sounds a little bit earlier, so there are these gaps in here. And then I also, used some phrases again. So we have this phrase. And then to continue and make it like one long phrase, I also use this. And together they sound like this. So it sounds like it's one weird manipulated synth sound that's playing throughout, even though it's just, two different phrases that I used. And together with the strings and the pad, it sounds like this. And then I thought I need to have one more section, and I actually reused the piano, the Labs piano, and just played in a nice chord progression, like nice the chords, and then this arp over the phrases that I used before. From there, I basically was finished, I just took all the elements and put them into one place so I could export them out as individual tracks. From there, I made 4 melodies out of this. So basically the way I did this is I took my rendered stems and imported them into the project, and then I took one stem. Let's say I took this piano, and I imported it, and then I thought what could fit to this. So I also added in the pad, and of course the accents. And I also used the bell arp that I had just right at the beginning in the first section, if you remember. And then for the B part, I also used the cello. Cut off the piano chords because, I didn't want to have this melody thing going on here, so I just had the chords. And then I also got the second piano in. And then the full loop sounds like this. And this is way more interesting than any of the things, I laid together in the original project, or, that I would have come up with. Also, because I, don't want to send out 4 different loops that are all A minor, 150 BPM with the same chord progression, I sped this loop up to 160, you can see it up here. And I also used Sound Shifter from Waves to pitch it up by 2 semitones, so, it's also in a different key. Then the next melody I did out of this has, again, the arp bell. But this time, my main sound source is this keys, the Rhodes. Also got a bass in this time, and this synth arp again. Right there, you gotta be careful, because this loop is sounding extremely similar to the loop before, and that's just because of the arp. And obviously, when you're making a melody like this and you're reusing the stems, you gotta be careful with reusing one stem way too often. So because then it gets noticeable, and other people will start to hear, oh well, he just reused that loop from before, and it's not gonna sound like high quality to them anymore. And just some recycled shit, which is why you should export out a lot of stems and have a lot of stems ready, and not try to get too many loops out of them. For the B part, I also used the vocals that I have before. And again, the whole project at 135, so I sped it way down, and I also pitched it up 2 semitones again. Let's get on to the next loop. This time I started with the bell keys, where they sound like this. I then layered them with the pad, and also used the contrabass, just to get some depth. Also used the perks and the arp. This gives just, a completely different vibe. For the second part, I half-timed this arp, and I used the accent, the alpha synth accent that we had, so it sounds like this. So this time I kept the tempo at 150, but I pitched it up by 1 semitone, so it's again not the same key as our original. And then for the last loop, I think this is probably my favorite. I used the saxophone and all the real instruments and tried to make this sound like a jazz sample. So I got the Rhodes in again. I also got the real bass. Like that, the percussion obviously. Also the vinyl effect and even the rain. Then I got the piano with the delay on it. The cello. Last but not least, to complete the whole loop, the saxophone. Yeah, this sax sounds so clean, I just love it. Yeah, I just love how natural this sounds, how you can hear the real instruments and stuff. Made the tempo a little bit lower to 140, and I think I pitched this down by 2 semitones, so it's a little bit deeper this time. Now I think I could have gotten like even 1 or 2 more loops out of this probably, but you don't want to get greedy, because this is an amazing way to get a lot of loops out of like one chord progression, one thing, while being inspired to do so. So don't try to overuse it, don't make all your loops sound the same. I hope the breakdown of all the different loops helped a little bit as well. I'm trying to get into live streaming, so if you're interested in the future, if I do live stream, I can try to make like a project like this, and we'll just make a lot of loops out of one, but it would have been way too long to do this in like one video. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or even subscribing if you want to see more content like this. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'm going to try to answer them as best as I can. And yeah, for now, I hope you guys have a really great day. See you guys in the next video. Bye.